Good morning, YouTube. Lofty's here and the bird. We've just been up to Damrose, picked this little beauty up. This is a 2026 model NC750x manual. Now then, if you're interested in what's Lofty and Linny out on the NC750x manual, two up, stick around. See you in a minute. Good morning, YouTube. Look who's here. I've got the bird with me. Now, this is a first. I've ridden these NC700s, NC750s, ridden them all. This is the first time I've ever had a chance to ride it in manual. So this is a 2026 NC750 manual. And I thought, well, I might as well bring the bird and try it out so as you can see what it's like or whether it's a viable touring option. Okay then, YouTube, here we go. These are one of the most popular bikes in the entire range. And they do sell a hell of a lot of them in DCT, especially in Europe. And like I said, it's one that Mark hasn't actually had one on demo in a manual before. So here we go. First thing you notice is very light. This bike really does carry its weight low. The clutch action, very light. It's quite neutral to ride. Don't really feel like I've got a pillion on, it's quite nice. No quick shifters and none of that nonsense, it's just a box standard manual gearbox in the old NC750X. So, second gear, let's take it round the island. Yeah, to be fair, if I was on a mountain pass, I don't think I'd worry too much about being two up. So we're going to take it up the lane. Second gear, it's quite a low rever. There we go. Up to 5. Yeah, pulls okay. I rode the Hornet about an hour ago, and to be fair, after the Hornet, this does feel a little bit flat. But they're two different bikes, entirely different clientele. Anyway, there we go, bit of slow riding. Let's have a look at it, shall we? Okay, so here we are. Slide the leg over it. Nice wide bars, nice and high, good ergos, feet fit on, nice and comfy. Let's get Linny on the back and see what she thinks. Jump on. So what do you think?
Yeah, nice. Plenty of leg room, comfortable.
That's good news. Plenty of leg room and comfortable. To be fair, it's not encroaching on me either. I'm comfortable too. Feels very nice. Shall we have a close look? Okay, what do you reckon? Not a bad looker really, innit? I know they've been around a while. Let's have a look at the dash. There we go, same old screen, generic screen, 5.5 inch. Let's pull it out. Generic mirrors. Adjustable hydraulic brakes. In fact, the switch gear is virtually identical in every way to the Hornet. Push, start, stop. Hazards coming across, ignition key. Cable operated clutch, very light. Pass light, modes. I'll stick it in sport, shall I? You got the same modes. You got standard, sport, rain, user 1, user 2. The old blade here for operating everything else. Horn, not bad, pip, pip. Indicators, as I say, the switch gear is generic and it's the same on all of these Hondas. Let's start her up. The one thing you notice straight away, it is a lot quieter than the Hornet. Here we go. And it does rev quite free. Let's have a listen to the pipe. So here we are, good looking machine, 2026 Honda NC750x. Manual, they've been around since about 14, these have. So they're 12 years in the life, so they're a good bike, longevity, no real problems with them, very reliable. We got a 750cc liquid cooled parallel twin, 6-speed chain drive, 216 kilograms wet, 802mm seat height and 17.1 litre tank. They'll get 80 to the gallon, these will. Fabulous. You should be able to get 250 mile to a tank. I should imagine riding 2 up, that might dent it a little bit, but not too much. 58.3 brake horsepower, 51 foot-pounds. It's all there, it's all been said before. Let's have a look at the front end. We've got conventional telescopic forks. 120/70/17 Dunlop Trail Max tyres. They're okay, can't really fault them. Of course, for the last couple of years, we've got the twin brakes. So we've got now 2 296mm discs with twin piston standard calipers. It's all good, it's plenty good enough for stopping. On the rear, let's have a look. We got the shock chucked away under there. It's a single shocker. Pulling out, we've got a 160/60/17 and we've got a 240mm disc and a 1-piston Nissin badge caliper. It's a pretty generic caliper, they put it on most bikes. So there you go, what do you think? What's it going to cost you? Well, it's similar sort of price to the Hornet, to be fair. 7.6, 7.5 grand, whatever. You can have a red one, a white one, a green one or a black one. This is some sort of funny coloured green. I don't know what it is. It looks like grey to me. Anyway, it's all good fun in it. I'm going to get my helmet on, get Linny on the back, and we'll take it a bit of razz, give it a bit of thrash. See you in a minute. Okay, we're back. I've got to say, I'm getting quite a bit of blast off that screen. I'm not sure whether you can raise it up or anything, but it's very noisy. So down into first gear, nice gentle pull away, down the hill, let's get it up to 50. Third gear, fourth gear, 50 mile an hour in fourth, around 3 3/4,000 revs. Into fifth, quite smooth, yeah, nice. It's one thing about screens, they don't always answer the question you ask of them. They might give you some protection to the body, but sometimes that can create wind or turbulence. I know it's fairly windy today, but I can feel that blasting coming straight up, hitting me in the chest. Anyways, holding 50. The fueling is impeccable. There's no movement in the throttle at all. I'm just holding it steady and it's fueling lovely. Just chip it in. Yeah, fairly neutral handling. I can understand why they sell plenty of these bikes. They're not what you'd call a sexy bike, but they're very effective. They do exactly what you want. Coopering on, if you like. They do what it says on the tin. I like the dash. I like the switchgear. I quite like the way Hondas are at the moment. These handlebars feel nice. Here we come. Will they be on red or will they be on green? Oh, they're on red. We're in a bit of a queue. Not a problem. Stick it in first. Okay, we're rolling. I think we're following Miss Daisy. Anyway, it is a 50 zone. We'll be slowing it down into the 30 in a sec, so we'll just nibble it on up at 30. Got the church up on the hill in the distance. Round into St Dennis. Look at that windmill flying round. Yeah, the wind has got up. It's quite gusty. So there we are. 30 mile an hour. It's not bad, the leg room, considering. You know, like I said before, I'm 6'5", 16.5 stone, big lad. Got Liddy on the back. She's about 5'5.5", 5'6", about 10.5, 11 stone. She says she's no longer 11. She's lost a little bit of timber. We've been going to Fat Club, of course. We're doing well. Anyway, coming down the road, as I say, it's quite neutral, it handles well. Dropping it to the 20. There we go. Second gear. Yeah, these are competitive, aren't they? 750cc for 7.6. It's a shame Honda won't put cruise controls on. I don't think it'd cost them tuppence. It's one thing about when you buy these Chinese bikes. The fueling's not as good as Honda, but they've got every extra you can think of. Cameras, connectivity, cruise controls, you name it. It's all built in, it's all extra. So, but then the good thing is Honda are taking the fight. They are cheaper. Just come round. Thank you, sir. You didn't pull out. I thought he was going to come out on me for a minute, but didn't. Here we go, down past the calf. The Clay's Kitchen at St Dennis. Taking a bad little calf. To be fair, I do prefer the DCT in this model, whether it's the NC, the Forza, or the Adventure, the ADV. I do like it with the DCT, but it's not bad, it's okay. I know some of you are anti-auto, so I thought I'd bring it out and see what you think of it. 2 up. So up the hill we go, still in the 20. We're just going to go up into the 50. There we are. It's no good squeezing it yet, I can't go nowhere. Here's the junction, taking a right to Travesco. I've got a couple of nice overtakes in down here on the Hornet. Let's see what it's like on this. We're going to squeeze it. Totally different type of power delivery. It's smoother, it's linear, it's not so abrupt. You don't get that buzz, that feeling of like instant go, but it's plenty. That was 2 up, that was. We're up to 60 mile an hour, no trouble at all. They're lovely bikes, these are. So we're just going to drop it down into 3rd. Little bit of breakage. Tip it in. That's nice. And again, squeeze the throttle gently. Bit of a clutchless change there, not bad. Tip it in again. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? We'll come down to the junction, we'll take a right and we'll just test out the old slow riding. Indicators on. Nice and steady. We're clear. That's 2 up, that is. You can't fault it, can you? You could do a U-turn on a 6pence. No trouble at all. Nice and steady. Just roll it down the hill at 20. Yeah, just slightly abrupt there on and off the throttle. I don't know if it was lashing the chain or what. But there we are. 20 mile an hour. Bit of a pop. How can you hear it? Pop, pop, pop. Not bad. As I say, these are very economical. 80 to the gallon is easily achievable for a commute. It's quiet as well, isn't it? I don't think you'd upset the neighbours. Yeah. can't fault that, can you? 20 mile an hour, town driving. As I say, the steering's nice and light. So we just go up the hill here and into the National. Here we are then, National. I'll give it a bit of a squeeze. Up to 50. Little bit of breakage, tip it in. Not bad at all. So here we are. I'm not going to do a front and I'm not going to do a rear brake and a front separate. I'm just going to do an emergency stop. 40 mile an hour. Perfect. No problem at all. 2 up. That was good. To be fair, these older style calipers on the front felt just as nice as the radials on the Hornet. I was quite impressed with that. Good brakes. Didn't get too much dive either. So here we go, round the bend, bit of a squeeze, second, third, fourth, fifth, up to 60. Approaching the chicane, we're going to drop 2 cogs, fourth, third. As I say, this clutch is so light, it's lovely. Round the bend, holding a line, bit of a squeeze on the way out. In fifth, up to 60. Bit of breakage, I can feel the extra weight of the pillion. To be fair, that's where you notice it most. Under braking down a hill. Doesn't feel too bad going up the hill. Drop it into third, over the bridge, we're all clear. Third gear, pull away. 4,000 revs. 4.5. Staying at 4.5. Squeezing a bit more, up to 5. Gear change, we're doing just over 4, 60 mile an hour. See, they go all right, don't they? You know, I know people say, well, they're a bit of a granddad bike. I find these bikes are absolutely perfect. They handle well, they run well, they're economical. There we go, 4th gear, just over 4,000 revs, holding 60. 5th gear, into top. How about that? Quarter low rever. We're doing 60 at 3,000 revs, dropping a couple of cogs because we're approaching the 50. Up to Lofty's Island. 4th, 3rd. To be fair, I know it's a reasonably new bike. I do think the gear changes are better with the clutch than without. It'll probably just need bedding in a bit before you get away with 3rd, 4th and 5th gear clutchless changes. Right, we've got a little black one coming. I'm going to nib in behind him. So, as usual, the 3rd gear roll on down the hill. There we go. I'm just going to squeeze it. We're doing 70 mile an hour in 50. Yeah, it goes well. Not bad. Like I say, the power delivery on this and the Hornet are very different. I'll just ease off. 2 up, downhill. 6th gear. 3,000 revs, just over 3,000 revs. That's why it's so economical. That's good, isn't it? I'm not really getting any buffeting. Bit of wind noise, but it's not bad. Let's throttle off. 5th gear. 4th. 3rd. Holding 3rd. Bit of breakage. I'm going to put it in 2nd. There we go. We're going to nibble around the island. This will be the tell. 2 up, going up this hill. As I say it every time. This hill is a lot steeper than it looks. There we go, 2nd gear. Just shy of 6. No trouble at all. Up to national speed, 70 mile an hour. We've got a gear to spare. That's fabulous. Yeah, I can feel the wind now. I can really feel it on my head. I'm just going to ease off nice and steady. There we go. Just drop the rev slightly. Get into chill out mode. Anyway, what do you think? The old NC750x manual. It's all right, isn't it? It ain't a bad bike, goes well. Handles two up okay. Couple of boxes, pannier on the back. What more could you ask for? Anyway, have you enjoyed the video? I do hope you have. If you've enjoyed the video, click on the like. Subscribe. Ring that little bell. I'm only too pleased to answer your questions, you know that. So here we come, back to Damn Rules. I'd like to thank Mark and the gang at Damn Rules for lending me the bike. I do like these bikes. I know they're not sexy, I've said it before. But if you want a bike to do a bit of everything, bit of scratching, bit of touring, bit of commuting, I don't really think you can go far wrong. Here we go. So, back at Damn Rules. This is the Lofty Biker. He's saying, ta-ra for now. Ta-ra.